So let's dive into the slides. Uh, and I would like to introduce today's speakers. Right. So today's lineup of speakers includes a number of industry experts from Cummins Arabia, who and Cummins Middle East, who have decades of collective experience with the marine segment. So please welcome Vivek, Vincent, Tarkan Odabasi, Ozan Yalcin, Mustafa Yetin, Nasim Tae, Prafulla Dande, and Shamila Bhatti, who will be taking up their respective sessions today. And on our agenda, we have an introduction to Cummins Arabia in the Middle East. What are the service solutions and our Master Rebuild Center all about? Engines, parts, filtration, value-added offerings, and in the end, we have the offer for the attendees. And we'll take up the Q&A. So without further ado, I would request our first presenter, Vivek, who is the Engine Sales Manager, Middle East, to start the session. Over to you, Vivek.
Thanks, Maninder. A very good morning to you all. Thank you for taking time today to join this session. My name, as Maninder mentioned, is Vivek Vincent, and I'm the Engine Sales Manager for Cummins Arabia, looking after the UAE territory. And today I will be taking you through who we are as Cummins Arabia. Now, before that, we will take a quick, we'll have a quick throwback to the 100-year-old history of Cummins. So the Cummins Engine Company was set up by Clessie Cummins in the year 1990, based in Columbus, Indiana, United States, while he was still working as a mechanic for his employer, William G. Irwin. Now, William quickly realized the potential in Clessie himself and the engine business. So he quickly invested nearly all of the startup capital for the business. Now, I will not go into much detail of the various milestones, but a few important ones would be when Cummins first entered India, their operations in India. This is 1962, where they set up the first joint venture plant in Pune. Following which, in 1975, Cummins entered China as part of a deal to power heavy equipment with Cummins engines. In 1986, Cummins acquired major stakes in the Onan Cooperation, and this has led to the foundation of the power gen business unit as we know. In the year 2000, Cummins was rebranded or renamed as Cummins Inc., and this was to acknowledge the direction of the global leader in other market segments, which includes power generation, filtration, components business, etc. Finally, in 2019, we celebrated our 100-year anniversary. As we continue to power a prosperous world in 2020, Cummins has grown into a multinational cooperation. We're a Fortune 500 company with presence in 190 countries. We employ over 57,000 people through our 8,000 distributor and dealer networks. In 2020 alone, we built over 1.3 million engines and invested close to $1 billion in research and technology. Being a global power leader, Cummins has its footprint across the globe. You can see the graphical representation of our various components and engine business units spread across the globe. Our engine plants are based out of the United States, Brazil, India, China, and UK. And as you know, Cummins caters into a wide variety of markets and applications. We are in anything from heavy light-duty trucks to construction equipment, from fire pumps to oil and gas rigs, from power generation to defense and rail, you name it. However, today's focus will be on our marine portfolio, which includes the Cummins propulsion engines, the auxiliary engines, the marine generator set, and the Onan range. Now, the Cummins made its first presence in the Middle East in 1956. We set up our first distributorship in UAE in the year 2000, followed by our regional headquarters in Jebel Ali, which was opened in the 2010. In the year 2012, we saw the launch of Cummins Qatar, followed closely by the launch of the Cummins Middle East Area Business Organization. Finally, in 2017, we set up the Cummins Africa Middle East ABO and the Cummins Arabia joint venture. So back to the question of who we are. Cummins Arabia is a joint venture with Cummins Inc., the parent company, and the Saudi-based Olayan Group. It was set up in the year 2017, and we represent the Cummins distribution business in the UAE, Saudi, and Kuwait. Now, Cummins Arabia has an extensive dealer and service network, which comprises of 11 service branches, 8 warehouses, a master rebuild center in Jebel Ali, and a world-class state-of-the-art training facility also in the Jebel Ali headquarters. Now I will hand over to my colleague. Sorry, this is the geographical representation of the territories within these regions. As I mentioned, we are present in 3 countries with a vast distributor and service network and across 10 sites in these regions. Now I will hand over to my colleague Tarkan, who is a service leader and who will take you through our service capabilities for the Cummins Arabia. Over to you, Tarkan.
Thanks, Vivek. Good morning, everyone. As Vivek told, my name is Tarkan Odabasi. I'm the country service leader in UAE for Cummins, leading and managing all the service branch locations. I'm a mechanical engineer, Master of Science Industrial Engineering. I've been working for more than 20 years and working for Cummins more than 9 years in various roles like high horsepower master rebuild center operations manager, quality manager, and finally UAE service leader. Okay. In this slide, you see the value addition which we are offering to you. But I will not go details in this slide because of the coming slides will give further information about these. Here you can see our build-up capabilities for our service locations in the region. We have a very wide inventory level in benchmark to other providers. Our total stock value is around $40 million. And most of this stock is located in UAE, around $22 million of stock parts we have in UAE. But more than this, we have a global online visibility to all Cummins main warehouses in the globe. We call them PDC. And also visibility to all other distributors around the world. We can see their stocks online. So this enables us, if any part is required and if this part is available anywhere in the world, we can quickly see, locate it, and order it. And we have emergency order, engine down order by air freight facility. So we can bring this part to you in the shortest time. In UAE, we have 2 service centers and 1 fuel room, which is doing the repair and calibration of fuel pumps and injectors. All our facilities and processes are ISO 9001, OSAS 18001, and ISO 14001 certified. All the equipment tools, measurement tools, they are regularly calibrated and certified so we can maintain a standard in our jobs. Within these 2 service centers in UAE, we have 29 service technicians, and all these technicians are trained and certified. Their refresher trainings, new product trainings, we are regularly planning and providing. And they are very, very well experienced team. We have a very low turnover rate. Just to give an idea, an average technician in UAE, in average, they completed over 400 training modules. Other than service facilities, we have another facility in Jebel Ali. This is different than service, which we call it high horsepower master rebuild center. It's a manufacturing facility, aftermarket manufacturing facility dedicated for engine rebuilds. My colleague Özün will give further details about this right after me. Okay, here you see the service locations in the region under Cummins Arabia. In the field, we are providing 24 hours and 7 days service to our valuable customers. We have a customer call center, a single number which you can access 24 hours, 7 days. When you call for any need, even in after hours, these call center will reach to the relevant supervisor on duty And this supervisor plan the jobs, arrange the parts from the warehouse, and deploy the technician to your site, to your vessel for the job in the after working hours as needed. All our technicians, they have their own pickup, which they keep all the time with them. So even in the after hours, we can deploy them directly to the site in a fast way. Of course, we are providing you genuine, 100% genuine Cummins parts. This is including Recon components like cylinder heads, injectors, fuel pumps, turbos, turbochargers from our globally certified Recon centers with global warranty coverage. My colleague Prafula will give further details about this later today. Other than these Recon components, we also, in the workshop, we have capability to recondition these components in our workshop when necessary. Sometimes, it can be quicker. But anyhow, our Recon components, mostly, they are much more cost effective than doing in the workshop. All our genuine parts, they have a global warranty, 1 year, or certain running hours or kilometers as per global warranty conditions. Other than the parts warranty, our service, we have a 6 months workmanship warranty after job completion. Also, I want to keep this to the end of this slide. Now we have a new facility, lump sum labor facility for marine in-frame overhaul jobs, which we are offering a single price with a better rate, regardless of the hours spent on the job, as long as the scope of the job remains same, of course. The labor costs remain same for you. So we are not reflecting any inefficiencies or lost time to you. As I told you, this lump sum offer applies a special discount rate for the all in-frame overhaul jobs, in-frame overhaul, top overhaul, maintenance, within the scope of these lump sum labor facility. So, I highly recommend you, if you have not tried yet, to get an offer from us and to see our attractive lump sum labor facility in your next coming jobs. For the jobs in the workshop, we already have a special labor rate for you, just for your information. Okay. We are also offering PMC, periodic maintenance contract, and AMC, annual maintenance contract packages and contracts to you. We can plan and schedule a full scope of periodic preventive maintenance activities for your units. You can follow up the running hours with you and plan and execute these maintenance activities to help you to maintain a good life cycle for your units and to prevent more major problems. Normally, this offer is mostly preferred by the genset fleet owners and also facility management companies. But we are also offering this to our marine customers and certain customers, they have contracts with us. Other than the engine, also we are doing generator servicing, generator refurbishing. We can provide a complete genset refurbishment. This includes control systems, alternator cooling system, radiator servicing. So these are all in the scope of our service capabilities. In UAE, we have resident 2 divisional field service engineers. These are highly experienced engineers who are trained and certified by Cummins factories. As you know, engines, generators, these are complex technological products, and they may have some certain complex problems over time. And the FSEs are capable of performing complex troubleshooting on your products. They have full access to all engineering information about your products, design, manufacturing, application engineering documents. They have an engineering counterpart in the factory. So through the investigation, he got full factory support from this engineering counterpart. And they can conduct a detailed root cause analysis on any problem with a systematic approach with complete technical resources. And finally, we have a training center located in Jebel Ali. For us, for Cummins, we believe that making our customers understand and know their Cummins products better is not only in benefit of you, but also in benefit of us too. However, due to COVID-19, 2020 onwards, the classroom trainings were suspended. Now we started to plan new classes with limited attendees. So if you have any training needs, please advise us, contact to me. We can provide the classroom schedule to you for your team, for your technical staff. Okay, before leaving the word to my colleague Özün, I just want to thank you for everyone for listening, for your attention and for your valuable time. Okay, Özün, please go.
Thanks, Hakan. Hello, everyone. My name is Özün Yalçın. I'm leading the Master Rebuild Center, and I've been with Cummins since last 10 years. And I'll be taking you through our slides. So our Master Rebuild Center, first starting, we use the abbreviation MRC for that. You will hear that a lot, and it stands for Master Rebuild Center. MRC is located in Jebel Ali. It's a dedicated facility for rebuilding high horsepower engines, 19-liter and above. So rebuilds are done in a progressive assembly line. We have 2 assembly lines, and everything is as per Cummins global standards and by using original Cummins, genuine Cummins parts. At the end of the assembly, engines goes into test, ensuring that, and then after that we have a paint put. I'll come back to those details later in more details. I'd like to start with, the definition. Why is it going forward? I'd like to start with the definition of rebuild. So after certain hours of running, the wear increases over time on the engine, and engine needs to be disassembled and reassembled again. In Cummins language, rebuild means doing the assembly of the engine in a way that engine goes back to brand new engine specifications, brand new engine conditions. For this one, MRC has a standard bill of material, and majority of the performance parts are replaced, and we ensure that the engine goes back to the brand new engine specifications by testing it on our dynamometer, fully automated dynamometer. We run a full load test, check every single parameter on the engine, and compare it with the brand new engine parameters. So this way, we say that this is like a brand new engine, and it has a full life cycle just like a brand new engine. That's how we can give 1 year full warranty on the rebuilds. So one question that's very often, we've been quite often asked is when is a good time for a rebuild? So the basic answer is there's no standards hours defined for that. Just it depends on so many factors, like which application it is. Just is the engine well maintained? What are the environmental conditions the engine is running? And also the load factors. Is it too fluctuating load? The running habits, just is it overspeeding on a long time? So these are the things that affect that. But for an engine run and an optimum value and well maintained, we suggest our customers to take 25,000 is a good hours of running for rebuild, taking the engine for rebuild. Because as I said, the wear and tear goes steady most of the time throughout the engine's life. And then there comes a point where wear over time increases much rapidly. This is the path right before the major component damage or even a catastrophic failure. So rebuild has to be done before that. For an engine which is not well maintained, 25,000 hours can be way too long. Or just for example, mining truck, it's 25,000 is too long. It's just too late for rebuild. So our customers should continuously be checking the signs of symptoms. This is going to be indicating the engine needs a rebuild, like power output is one indication, and also the smoke, and also the blow-by and high oil consumption. These are the leaks coming from everywhere. These are the indications that engine is going to need a rebuild. So to do the rebuilds like we do in a factory way, in a progressive assembly lines, proper way, the Cummins has invested in building several master rebuild centers around the world. So you can see there are 19 of them, and it's counting. So another question, just we have been often asked, is what is the difference between rebuild and overhaul? Actually, these are two different concepts. In the rebuild, it is in the rebuild, engine goes back to brand new original spec, and on the overhaul, that's not the prime aim, prime target. Rebuild has a standard bill of material that no matter what, these parts are going to be changed. On the overhaul, it's most likely inspect and, if possible, reuse logic goes on. Rebuild comes up with a standard price, and if the block and crank are good and the major components are good, there won't be any surprises. On the overhaul, it starts with a smaller scope, and there will be adds-on. Rebuild, as I said, it goes back to the engine, goes back to brand new, brand new engine condition. That's why we give 1 year unlimited hours full warranty on the engine. Even the parts that are reused, going to be under warranty on the rebuild. On the engine overhaul, they will not be under warranty. And engine is going to be as durable as the oldest and weakest part. The more you reuse the parts, the failure will come. So we provide a longer lifetime on the engines with rebuilds. So these are the customer convenience. We have gone through this throughout, but one of the major conveniences, the customer just on a rebuild, as I said, there are no surprises, and customer can drop their engines and then pick it up. There won't be so many communications, so many discussions, and this added, this is additional. It's just, it's going to be simple task for the customers. And also, we have, Cummins has swing engine options. We have shortest lead times compared to overhaul, even the in-frame overhaul. And the quality is, with the rebuild quality, we have gone through all these. So about our Cummins Arabia Master Rebuild Center. So we have started building this facility in 2011 and completed in 2012 May, and it is actively operational since then. We can build up to 500 engines, and average per year we are rebuilding around 250, 300 engines every year. As I said, this is a dedicated facility for high horsepower engines. We build 19-liter and above engines, 19-liter up to 95-liter from any application: marine genset, mining, construction, oil and gas, pumps, power gen, any application. And the throughput time is around, varying on the model, changing from 12 to 18 days. Average KTA 50, most common model in the region, is around 13 to 14 days. We guarantee. And these are the snapshots from our facility. As I said, we have 2 progressive assembly lines. It's not like a one location doing all the entire assembly. Everything is documented here. Everything is done as per the Cummins global standards. Everything is recorded. Engine moves on the assembly line, and at each step, certain parts are assembled. We have a fully automated dynamometer test, and we have a paint booth. Everything is as per the Cummins global standards on the paint as well, and we can paint the engine to whichever color the customer requests. So before handing over to my colleague Mustafa, I like please ask if you have any questions. I'll be answering at the end of the session. So Mustafa, I pass it to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Özün.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session again. My name is Mustafa Aytin. I'm the Marine Engine Sales Leader for Cummins Middle East, looking after Middle East, North, and East Africa region. Today, I'm going to talk through our new QSK60 EPA Tier 4 IMO Tier 3 engine. And before moving to the next slides, I would like to explain what EPA and IMO stands for. So EPA Tier 4 is the US Environmental Protection Agency, and it's applicable for only US market, where IMO is International Maritime Organization, and it's applicable for the rest of the world. Next slide. So after the implementation of International Maritime Organization's NOx limits on January 1st, 2016, which is the part of Marine Pollution Annex 6, the regulation governing marine emissions became significantly tough. And Cummins realized the impact emission regulations have on our customers, especially those entering the emission control areas as today, which is North America and Caribbean seas, and also by 1st January 2021, North Seas and the Baltic Seas. Cummins added selective catalytic reduction after treatment to already existing QSK60 Tier 2 engine, which means Cummins after treatment solution is just a plug and play solution. So if you would like to upgrade your current QSK60 Tier 2 engine, you just need to install the after treatment system, and there is no change needed on your current QSK60 engine. So this way we deliver the most customer friendly solution possible. And there are some upgrades on the engine, like improvements, which we maintain first, the life to overhaul, which is 1.5 million gallon fuel burn, and better overall total fleet consumption, including fuel, lube oil, and diesel exhaust fluids, which we are talking in the case of IMO Tier 3. Cummins also offers QSK50, QSK38, and QSK38 and QSK19 engine platforms, which is also can be offered for APA Tier 4 and IMO Tier 3 solution. So who is it for? Those market segments listed here is not limited to Tier 3 applications, but those are the segments that Cummins products mostly fit in, which are tug, tow, and push boats, inland waterway vessels, barges, cargo ship, boat, thruster, auxiliary applications, and supply vessels, offshore support vessels, crew boats, wind farm support vessels, passenger vessels, ships, and ferries. And especially on the North European market, we have been working on a lot of applications which are like live fish carriers and fishing trawlers and special use segment. Let's look at the engine features. So if you look at the rating table on the left side, you will see there are different ratings from continuous to medium continuous duty, changing from 2000 horsepower to 2700 horsepower for the QSK60 engine, and which comes with a Tier 3 or APA Tier 4 solution. There is only one 60 Hz rating, fixed speed rating available as today, which can be used for auxiliary and diesel electric applications. And 50 Hz rating also is on the way. General specification of the engine is not different than the current QSK60 Tier 2 engine, IMO Tier 2 engine. The displacement is 60 liter, and the overall engine length, height, width, and weight is totally the same. As I mentioned earlier, is just a plug and play solution. But the total weight of the complete package with the after treatment solution, which adds the after treatment solution adds another 1.4 tons on the top of engine. So the total package is around 10.1 tons. One critical point to mention here, if you look at the column, which shows the percentage of rated diesel exhaust fluid consumption. So mostly common urea concentration used in the market today is 32.5%. But Cummins Engines has a flexibility to operate and with an urea concentration between 32.5 up to 40%. So what does it mean? If you use a 40% urea concentration, that means you can have a smaller urea tank on your vessel, and based on your space availability, Cummins Engines provide you this flexibility to give you some more solutions based on the size and the space you have available on your vessel. And of course, if you're going to operate at 40% urea concentration, the rated DEF consumption is going to be lower. And in case if needed, we can provide those numbers too. Here is an image of after treatment system on the left side. It is EPA Tier 4 IMO 3 compliant. There are 4 different exhaust configurations, and on some cases, we are able to also work some custom solutions. One-person activity via service access panel, which is here. It's very easy to remove. Then you have access to 40 bricks inside, which are the replaceable elements. This is one key feature our after treatment system has, because some products in the market you might see they don't have the replaceable elements. So by the end of the service, you need to replace the whole box. And the system can operate anytime when the engine is operating, and it can be stopped when you are going out of the emission control areas. So your engine will be back to operating at Tier 2 level. World-class competitive diesel exhaust fluid consumption, and all the parts exclusively available and fully supported through the global Cummins network for all the after treatment parts. Why Cummins Marine IMO Tier 3 solution? First, the reliability of the K60 engine, which is very well proven in the market last 15 to 20 years. The same transient response with the current Tier 2 engine, and up to 3% fuel improvement over the current EPA Tier 3 engine. Maintenance is aligned with the engine maintenance intervals. So you're not going to maintain or overhaul your after treatment system before the engine reaches the overhaul hours. And the operating expenses and the total cost of ownership with the 3% improvement on the fuel, lower fuel operating costs compared with the current EPA Tier 3 engine. And life to overhaul is still 1.1 million gallon fuel burn, and the product reliability maintained the same level. What is the difference between Tier 2 and IMO Tier 2 product? So here are points in different colors. You see that the green points are showing design, part life, quality improvements, where the red points shows the performance improvements and the positive customer impact, and the blue ones are the regularity requirements. I would like to focus on the green points, which are the emissions, definitely engines meeting IMO Tier 3 and EPA Tier 4 emission levels, and it's meeting the green passport requirements. And after treatment system is supplied from Hug Engineering, which is a third party, but again, all the parts and is supported through global Cummins service network, and Cummins Arabia is one of them. Urea dosing and plumbing, which is the reason for the 3% fuel improvement, and a marine control panel integration, which you can control your after treatment system. SK60 engine is built in Daventry, United Kingdom, and the production started in April 2021. And Cummins already provided equipment for some projects going on in Europe. Please make contact with your local Cummins representative. The people in this call, you can reach out to Vivek or myself if you are any interested in have projects related to Tier 3 or EPA Tier 4 emission levels.
Thank you, Mustafa. So good morning, everyone, and hello. Today, I'm presenting Cummins Filtration, or as you know it, Fleet Guard, as being the technical sales support for the Middle East and North Africa region. So today, we are all going through the filtration presentation. To start, I'm going to show you where is our place in Cummins Incorporation. So who we are as Cummins Filtration, we deliver the power of Cummins through 5 complementary operating segments. So Cummins Incorporation have all of these 5 segments. In each of our operating segments, we compete worldwide with a number of other manufacturers. So we can list the engine business, which builds the range of diesel, natural gas, and all the application engines that we have, especially the marine one. The power system provides integrated power through the design, manufacturing, and sales of engine of 16 liters and more for all the applications, even for the marine and especially for the marine one. The component which we make part of as filtration sells filtration products, after treatment system, turbochargers, fuel systems, and electronics, and especially transmissions also. So these components are integrated into the engine business to make it run cleaner, and with more power. The distribution business is the biggest customer-facing part of Cummins, where our distributors and dealers are based around the globe, providing products, services, and support to customers who rely on Cummins products for power. And at the end, the electrified power. The electrified power is a startup business for Cummins, but it's startup in quickly changing market landscape, and its formation better positioned for Cummins to maximize synergies, foster strategic alignment, and coordinate in more holistic fashion in electrification. So it's just as we are in diesel and natural gas business. Moving to the next slide. So this is the market that we serve today. All of these markets we serve, we can list the on-highway trucks, bus, transport, transit, the mining, oil and gas, construction, agriculture, and so on. And especially here, we are talking today about the marine business. Moving up to the next slide, we can see that this is the trend of the filtration business that we have. So moving to that busy trend, we can see that over the years, Fleetguard or Cummins Filtration have invented new technologies. So back in the mid-1980s, as you can see, Cummins began investing very heavily in media manufacturing technology to develop new kind of filtration media for the heavy-duty diesel engine market. So the first fruit of this time and resource spent was our industry-leading patented synthetic media called Stratapor, which was released in the latest 1980s, which we still very much use in Fleetguard filters today. Then in the early to mid 2000s, as environmental relations and regulations to help reduce vehicle emission began to ramp up. And as a result of using our science to technology approach, our proprietary NanoNet media was born and helped usher Fleetguard into a new age of fuel filtration performance for our customers. So as you can see, NanoNet media was published at the 2000 year. So moving to our brands or our types of filter media, we can list that the two old generation or two oldest generation are cellulose and microglass, which are not being used as much as melt-blown, which is Stratapor and NanoNet recently, because Stratapor and NanoNet have more efficiency, have more capacity to hold contamination, and could go up to 1 micron of efficiency. So these two, Stratapor and NanoNet, are very used, especially in our hydraulic and fuel filtration, because they can stop and they can hold a lot of contamination. They can stop contamination, as I said, going to 1 micron of dimension. Moving to the next slide. So why we have Cummins Filtration, or why Fleetguard? When we are talking about Fleetguard, we have to mention that Fleetguard is part of Cummins Incorporation. One of the reasons that this gives us an advantage over our competition is the working relationship with Cummins. the world's largest independent diesel engine manufacturer. So not only do we develop filtration for today's engine, but we are constantly working on filtration technology for the engines of tomorrow. So whenever there are changes in engine design, we are already part of that development process and see what trends in engine design are coming before they actually arrive in the market. So why Fleetguard? Not only we produce filtration, not only we have filtration product, but also we have coolant product. As you can see, we have a big brand product of coolant. So we can go to really the organic additives, the newest technology, and also we have the conventional ones. We have the inorganic additive technology. So we have a whole product line, a whole brand for the coolant as well, to serve our marine customers, to serve our product, and to serve our system going through. So this is the slide where we can see the big trend and the big brand that we have. So that's a quick, or we had a quick dive to our media filtration, but let's go and get back to our product. In terms of core product lines, Cummins Filtration has over 8,000 part numbers in our portfolio of filters and coolant, including air, fuel, lube, hydraulic, as well as crankcase ventilation and full line of coolant and chemical solution. The latest technology we have introduced to the marketplace is Fleetguard Fit, which stands for Filtration Intelligence Technology, that we announced publicly last year. So Fleetguard Fit is designed to bring the digital connectivity and real-time data reporting to the hands of the customer to better predict downtime, synchronize service events, and ultimately optimize their maintenance spend on filtration and oil. So we have, or we are based now on telematics. So whenever telematics allow the usage of such system, our systems are available to accept and to be fitting into our machines, into our boats, into our vessels to use this Fleetguard Fit. So why Fleetguard in general? Why using Fleetguard and why we are here? So always we are saying and we are guaranteeing that all of our products are meeting the OEM specifications. So Fleetguard makes all its product to meet or exceed OEM specifications. Different OEM has different specifications as well as performance criteria for their filtration product. So they ensure their engines and other systems get maximum life. Different products have different specifications, as we said, but Fleetguard can cover them all. With Fleetguard products, you get the same quality and performance criteria, and the benefit to you is that you ensure of using the original equipment product specifications by using Fleetguard, and especially that Fleetguard is a one-stop shop for your application. So as for the warranty, our warranty is a non-prorated warranty. We are providing our customers the best warranty coverage in the industry. So it's our ongoing promise that we want to be your supplier for life. Our non-prorated warranty guarantees that we will always be there after the sale. If Cummins filtration product defect ever necessitate repair of the engine or component, the Cummins filtration warranty covers reimbursement of reasonable cost of repair to replace or repair that failure, whichever is less, the damage of the engine or the component. So we ensure that our Cummins filtration warranty goes beyond all other competitive warranties with the most dependable premium coverage available anywhere in the world. As you can see in front of you, we have a big list of products for the marine application specifically. Talking about how different our products are from the competition is something very clear. However, for the marine application specifically, Cummins Filtration take hold of all these expertise to use it where failure is not allowed over the vessels and the request for the best filtration takes place. So for this reason, our marine section holds air filtration, crankcase ventilation, fuel filtration, as well as all of our certified performance products as loop filters, coolant, and chemical products, and many, many more. In here, for the first section, we have the fuel filtration product. Our fuel filtration specifically produced for the marine are the C-Pro family. So the C-Pro family are the filtration product manufactured for the marine industry. We can see that we have a huge list and a big list of filtration products that can cover all the vessel types, all the vessels volumes, especially going through the biggest one while we are using our C-Pro product. So we have the whole product range going from very small flow rate, very low fuel flow rate, going to a very high flow rate using all of these products in front of you. So whenever you need a fuel product, you can go through www.cumminsfiltration.com and you can get these lists and you can get these product types and product part numbers from these brochures online. Also, we offer the EcoVent, the closed crankcase ventilation. These closed crankcase ventilation patented for Cummins filtration because they use the Stratapore media, our patented media inside. So we have the Stratapore inside and we can get a very clean output and blow-by output to the outside without any trace of oil or any trace of oil vapor in that outlet. Going to our air filtration family, we can offer a very big range of these air products, a very big range of styles of air filtration. All of these air filtration are 99.9% effective against all type of contamination, especially the contamination going through the smallest dimensions. And we are talking also about water vapor, about the small dirtiness that could be found in the engine compartment inside your vessel.
So in this section, first of all, before moving ahead, good afternoon to everybody. And first of all, I thank you everybody for taking out your valuable time and attending this session. So I'll be taking you through about new and recon parts for next 15 minutes. And the topics that I would like to cover are, so it looks like there is a freeze of screen. Okay, that's happening. Okay, so the topics I would like to cover are recon components. So there we'll talk about core and the remanufacturing process involved. The next topic is about genuine versus non-genuine. We'll talk about the differences as well as the impact on the part as well as the engine itself. And the last topic is about kitting and bundling. So let's start with our first topic, that is recon components. As you know, right, so recon parts are generally repaired and rebuilt to restore to good condition. But Cummins recon parts are not only repaired or rebuilt, but they are remanufactured to original specification. So that's something additional what we are providing. And it's not only to original specification. What we are trying to do over here is to reach to the latest specifications as well. Because, you know, for some parts, in some cases, there could be some supersessions, there could be some upgrades. So while remanufacturing, we are taking care if there are any latest supersessions, the part is added to those specifications as well. In addition to that, recon parts have the same product quality as well as the same product warranty as of the new part. So I'll like to highlight few of the features of recon parts. So you can see over here. So these parts are manufactured using the latest Cummins design technology, as well as the advanced material wherever it is applicable. Then second feature, which is quite important as well, this helps to improve engine performance, and it helps to extend the duration between two overhauls. That is again pretty important feature as well. Then if you know, because of some price advantages, direct price advantages, if someone is using non-genuine parts, These recon parts are really helping to avoid any damages or the catastrophic failure that may arise because of that. And last piece, which I already talked about, the product warranty, which is exactly the similar as we offer on new parts. So as I move from features to the type of parts that are available with Recon version, so you can see a few list of parts available over here. I'll take you through on my last slide on this topic, where I'll just share how you can identify whether the part is having Recon version or not. But this is briefly the part numbers what we have. The next one is about the Recon engines, right? And this is very critical and important piece, and we understand that from marine perspective as well, because when the vessel is docked, you are really working against time. Time is money for you. So in that space, when you have some option available, which can be used as swing or which can be a plug-in option, so that could be really helpful to save time as well as reduce the downtime cost as well. The Recon engines really fits in well over there. So we have a range of 2.8 to 19 liter, which could be used as an option in this case. Right. So moving from this slide to next one. So next slide, we will talk about the remanufacturing process. So last slide we talked about what exactly we mean by remanufactured parts. So remanufacturing process really talks about the 6 different steps that we are following in remanufacturing a Recon part. So it starts with returning. So returning is pretty important, because once the core is returned, then plant can start remanufacturing that part or engine. And once plant receives that part or engine, then they start with the assembling process, which is the next step after receipt. And once it is completely disassembled, and we are taking care that each and every part of engine and the component itself is disassembled, so that we can clean it thoroughly using the latest cleaning technology, and every foreign particle which could be there is completely flushed out. And once cleaning is done, then we are inspecting the whole part and the engine again, whether that really fits into the remanufacturing criteria or the Cummins specifications. Once the inspection is over, we find that, okay, this is something which could be remanufactured, then the restoring process starts. But in the restoring process, what we are doing, as I mentioned before, right, it's the same thing. We are remanufacturing a product to meet the original specification or the latest specifications, if there are any. And once this is complete, then we are testing the product so that we ensure the optimum performance as well as reliability. So just to summarize, the Cummins remanufacturing process is divided into 6 different categories: returned, disassembled, cleaned, inspected, restored, and tested. So moving to the next one from here. So I talked about core, right? So when we receive core, that is the unused component, the plant can start remanufacturing process. So what is the advantage for a customer to return core? So it's pretty straightforward. The exchange price involved, that is the first direct benefit for you. Apart from that, there are 2 indirect benefits as well. So first, in reduction of wastage, because these engines are unused, lying in your shop floor or warehouse. So this could be shipped back to our plant, so that would reduce wastage from your side. At the same time, you can free up the space as well, whether the engine is lying on shop floor or warehouse. So these are again 2 very important and critical features as well of returning core. Then moving to the next one. So this is something, the topic which I mentioned in my first slide, that I will take you through how to identify a Recon version of a part. We have a web-based portal called parts.cummins.com. You can use any of your internet browser, and type parts.cummins.com. The window displayed over here would pop up. Just click on the engine part section and type the part number which you want to see whether the Recon option is available or not. Once you type the part number, then it would populate both the options. If there is any Recon option, then it would populate that as well along with the new part. And then you can take it further from there. So I'm moving to the next topic from here, that is genuine versus non-genuine. I'll start with a quick video over here, and then we'll start our discussions. I hope the video is audible as well to all. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Maninder. The main thing what we would like to highlight over here in genuine versus non-genuine is, there is a difference, though the difference is not visible. And that is the biggest challenge for you as a customer as well. So when you are having two parts in your hand and one is genuine, one is non-genuine, even the experienced person is also struggling to identify. So that doesn't mean that if the difference is not visible, that doesn't mean that there is no difference. So what we have done is we have done a lot of things internally as well, so that we can show you how the difference is there between the two parts and how that difference would impact on the individual performance of the part as well as the engine itself. So, I'll try to give you one quick example about a ring as well. The gap on a ring groove in piston, right? So that ring you can see over here. If you see visually, there is no difference as such. But when we have tested that, there is a millimeter or differences in microns, which has really impacted adversely on the component itself, and it can result into catastrophic failure as well. And when I'm talking about on component, it has resulted on less power for engine. It has resulted in insufficient lubrication. So all those aspects of it as well, along with the catastrophic failure. So I'll just quickly highlight the features, which is quite obvious as well when we are manufacturing genuine parts. These are precisely manufactured to the specific standards using the latest and the advanced technologies. And we are performing the rigorous testing as well when we are manufacturing these parts. And the most important piece which I would like to highlight over here is that these genuine parts are offered only through authorized distributors in the region. So in UAE, Cummins Arabia is the only authorized distributor from where you should source your genuine parts. And when we talk about non-genuine, right, these are generally reverse engineered. We call it as copy as well. And in our aftermarket language, we call it as retrofits. So when we talk about retrofits, so there are a lot of question marks. There are a lot of doubts how these are manufactured, whether there are any specific standards that have been observed while manufacturing as well as maintaining the quality. And there are bigger question marks about the testing standards as well. So when you compare copy with original, there is always a difference. Copy can't be 100% accurate to original. So these differences plays a important role as well. So apart from these dimensional or specification differences, we have seen multiple cases where these copy product manufacturers are using our symbols as well, or producing a product which is somewhat look-alike Cummins, may not be exactly using our name. So there I would like to highlight one more thing very quickly. So I was talking about the differences in specifications. So looks like there is some time gap in moving the slides. Yeah, okay, got it now. So as I was saying, right, the copy products there is a difference. They are not exactly similar to what we are manufacturing in genuine space. So we have tested around 515 copy parts, and none of them found to be close to Cummins specifications. So this has consequences as well, right? So if the part is not really manufactured according to Cummins specifications, then there could be adverse impact. At the same time, I would like to give you one example as well over there, how they are failed. So, the failure modes are across the different spectrum of parameters. So the hardness is failed, material of construction. So, different aspects these products are failing. And I would like to give you one more example about piston ring and pin as well. But if you look into these three components, which are really heart of engine, I'm not sure why I'm not able to shift the screen. Looks like there is some time gap. Please bear with me. Yeah, so you can see these three components. So these are like heart of the engines, right? And when we tested, right, we have found the gaps in specifications, right? So like piston groove, they were out of specification. The ring angle and thickness of the ring was completely out of specification. Pin diameter was out of specification, and even the bolt diameter was out of the tolerance. So if you look into all these four critical components where they are not meeting to original standards, the impact could be obvious, right? So there is definitely increased oil consumption, fuel economy, as well as less power and the catastrophic failure as well. So, though the difference is not visible by naked eyes, there is a big difference. Even a minute change in macrons could result into all this type of losses to you as a customer. Right. And last thing which I would like to highlight over here is packaging as well. So we are ensuring that the products what we are manufacturing reaches to you in undamaged condition. And for that, we have a team of packaging engineers located into different parts distribution centers